Awesome. So yeah, many people, like I said, got into the challenge with the very, very not accurate thinking. Obviously, we had a very, very amazing call the last 2 days when we had the webinar and stuff, and it was like super awesome, was super cool. Everybody was so excited. You had fire, you had energy and stuff. And so the essence of the challenge was like, you know what? Let's carry that fire, let's carry that ginger, and let's push for 30 days back to back. You have tasks, you follow through on every freaking thing. You have issues, you reach out to us. We help you guide you through the whole thing. You want to start messaging, we help you review your messages, and then you send it, and then you have any issues, it didn't respond, or it did respond, or how do you play through with this whole thing? Okay, we help you support you through that flow, yeah. So that was the entire idea in a very, very summarized version. But some people were now thinking that this is gonna be like a course, which is different. Now I understand why people naturally feel that way, because typically when you go on most webinars today and people give you something and tell you that, okay, fine, come in on this level, and they come in on this level, and then they make you an offer that, okay, now I have a course that will show you how to do this. For me, it's not exactly the same, mostly because I like sharing my knowledge almost for free. I do it for free most times, but then I realize that sometimes people don't really appreciate it. So what I try to do these days is just give a low price point for it. Have fun, go with it, flow with it. And so that was when I was even making the offer for you guys in terms of joining me on the challenge. I was like, see, it's not necessary you have to do this. It's not compulsory, literally. But most people were like, okay, you know what, just let's do this. 30 days, let's build the push together. I get access to you, I get access to your team and everything. All right, that's okay, that's awesome. Now let's flow with it. So just in case you're on the category of people that jumped into this thing and you were like, this is going to be an extra course, it's actually no. But then it's been done. I noticed that many people, they came in here and they were like, okay, it's going to be a course and everything. And so when I was recording some small videos in the first part, and I like, this is what you're going to do, you see my faces and everything, which is interesting. My bololo was showing, right? But then I stopped doing that and I just had the tags on there. Some people find it difficult to follow through, and they were like, just I'm expecting more, which is perfectly fine. I told you guys in the beginning stage, we're doing this thing together, and I'm taking all your feedbacks to make sure that this is a very, very amazing experience for you guys. And even if now I'm thinking of tweaking things a little bit beyond, or even more than what I initially had in mind, the idea is I'm ready to put in that work and put in that effort just to make sure that everybody's carried along. Already, I see lots of people who are already getting results. These people, they understand the idea of what we're trying to do, so they are always on top of their game, on top of their tasks, reaching out, submitting their messages to JCO, both privately, both on the group. When they have issues, they try to reach out. Now, most times, people try to reach out to me and they don't get immediate responses, and that is mostly due to the volume of people I relate with on a single day, right? There's you people who I'm trying to help and support, but then again, there are people from my other businesses, my other companies who I'm trying to help and support. And then there are people from companies that I work with, international people, Nigerian folks, and stuff like that. These people are on my neck every freaking time. Like today, I was out of the house. I was out with a friend who had to go interview with the company and stuff. And that was literally 6 hours of my day burnt. And at some point, I was obviously physically pissed. And the friend noticed and she started apologizing that I'm so sorry, I knew I wasted your time on your day. But I was still trying to be cool about it. Yeah. So there's a lot of activity sometimes, lots of responsibility sometimes. But the truth is, guys, some people are having issues joining. But the truth is, I want to make sure that everybody is on top of their game. Some people might feel like they have lots of responsibilities on their plates, lots of engagement in terms of their work, in terms of maybe clients' work they currently have, and trying to combine every freaking thing. It feels like a lot of work. If you are in this shoe, then dude, I don't really know what to exactly say to you. But the thing is, when we had the very, very first call, there was one thing I mentioned, and that was you need to be able to create a daily routine for what we are doing here. Even if it's 1 hour a day, what you need to freaking do is try to be consistent as best as you can, right? So you are actively working on stuff, you're doing this thing, you're doing that thing, you're going to meet challenges. Now, I want you to meet these challenges as fast as possible. Meet these people and you're doing something and probably they are not replying to you, probably you're not getting response. It is perfectly fine. And that is because you're literally just starting your game. Now, what's going to happen when you have such an issue? I'll be like, oh, Justice, oh, hey, Jasil, I mean, I've tried this, I've tried that, they're not replying to me. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that, I've sent you messages, you've reviewed it, but then they're still not replying to me. That is okay. And then either just seal or myself will be like, all right, fine, let me see what you've done so far. Some people have done that, and then I tell them, you know what, send it to me. I'm going to look through it. I'll be like, okay, this is the problem, or this is what you might need to do differently. If you were on two calls we had, I mean, before the yesterday, but there was on that call we had, there was this guy who I don't know if he's here on the call, but there was this guy who was using Instagram trying for his tuition and everything. But then it was people not really responding to him. It wasn't really working for him as much. Then he was like, you know what? Let me explore LinkedIn, and it did. And it was getting insane amount of responses, and it was keeping conversation flowing. And then it got to realize that the stuff which I was mentioning about personality, like your personality has to shine, that you need to learn to impregnate them with your personality. And it was being so natural in the conversation with these people. He was being himself, and it's so that every freaking thing were progressing to even a point where he's able to easily position his offer to them. Right? There was this other guy who wasn't even in the challenge. He's not in our challenge right now. Who did the same thing of every freaking thing I've given to you guys before. And what he did was simply the same on Instagram, and it was like he closed the deal right on the spot, and it was like blown out of his wits, right? So, point is, I want everybody to sit up. I want everybody to take charge. And I'm committing to create some extra resources for you guys. First and first, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add videos. I've noticed now, I've taken your feedback and everything. I've seen that there's a much more personalized feel when you see my faces every freaking day. So I'm rebranding the thing. I'm going to position and make sure I include that. And I'm like breaking down the entire concept. I'm including a section on Indeed. I told you guys about it already. Some people are already figuring it out, right? So yeah, I'm also going to include their experiences and show you their results too, just so you can see that, okay, see, my fellow people when they with me on this challenge are winking this thing. Me say I feel sick on them, you get me? Because most times when I talk about this whole thing, you feel some people they feel like it's because the justice he has been doing this thing for a while, and then you get a little bit discouraged. But no, when you see your peers winging the same thing, if not for anything, the fact that okay, guy, me say I feel sick on I'm going to simple shoot small. Now, one thing I want you guys to notice is this: there's a natural tendency for humans. I'm a human being too, so when you procrastinate, I can understand it because even me myself, there are times when I procrastinate on stuff. I have investors who have money to shoot into my company. Now, all I simply need to do is to present our package and everything we have to them. But I've kept them waiting on a wait list for quite some time just because I've not been able to have the time to get down to it. Is it that I've not been able to really have the time? There are a couple of things I've been doing that I could have cut off to create time for that stuff. But I procrastinate because I feel like I can, right? So it happens to most of us. I'll be like, dude, maybe I'm going to work. I have access to this thing already, so I can just decide to start working on it from next month. Or I can start working on it from January. I can start working on this from later, or this or that. Let me finish a couple of things on my plate. It's natural for us to want to procrastinate like that. Or you could be like, oh, justice have not included this phase, not include this, not include that. You just position the tags there, and then you will naturally want to use that as a reason to procrastinate. You know, the call we had last it was actually a very, very funny call because there was this lady. She was like, many of the courses and stuff I've attended before, like when they give this small offer, it's awesome, yeah, and then they give you an advanced offer. It has even more loads of stuff and many kitty. Like I cannot be getting the same thing for 5K, and it was so funny. I was always trying to say, okay, maybe this is a feedback. It's valid. I understand why she's feeling this way. Maybe she didn't really get the full idea, or I didn't properly communicate the full picture of what we're trying to create here. I know my process works and it's working for you guys already, but then this is a person and she has a concern, and I'm like, okay, let me try to address that. If you want to call that day, it became nasty at some point because she wasn't even letting me talk, and I was like, you know what? Let's end this with you, and then we're going to proceed with other persons, and that was what happened on that day. Yeah, that was it. So it was nasty, but anyways, I took those feedback, and now what I'm going to do is this. I noticed that a few of you jumped in on this mostly because you want access to me, which is okay. I understand that. And at the same time, you didn't want to be left behind. There was this whole fear of missing out thing that made most of you jump on it. Now, ideally, anybody who's jumping into any of my offers on this level, in terms of webinars, in terms of this or challenge thing, are people that ordinarily already have a skill. Right, so you literally already have something that you can do, and people like, dude, I want you to get this stuff done for me. That was the entire formula thing I mentioned. There's a big enough problem that you can solve, or a big enough desire that you can create, and then you have the value you can offer, and then there are people who desire that stuff deeply enough, and then they're ready to pay for it. So these three things have to come together. So literally, some people are like, dude, at some point it's like, justice, I'm trying to learn a skill, I don't really have a skill, this, that. The whole idea of $1,000 in a month was so appealing to them, and then they were like, boom, 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 let me jump in on this. It's okay, it's a natural human tendency. Ideally, they shouldn't be here. So what I'm trying to do is, most people come in and they're like, we want to jump in on stuff like this, and I'm like, dude, you have to be qualified properly first. I don't want this situation to repeat itself again. However, For every freaking person who already came in here, I'm trying to cook up something for them, like literally to support them, maybe with whatever learning journey they already currently have. And two, I've realized that I need to break down some things in detail because people are at different level when it comes to experience wise. That is also okay. So now I'm going to go the extra miles to be like, fine. So let's set up this stuff together. I'm going to include sections on your own LinkedIn stuff. I'm recording the old videos now. I'm getting other people to also do this too. So sections on this is LinkedIn, this is everything, this is how you can optimize this, that, get verified, or it's not exactly necessary. And now you want to send this, so it's going to be like broken down. So if you need or you desire a section like that, all you have to do is it's going to be on your dashboard still. You could watch it. It could be beginner friendly as much as you can. Also something on Instagram, also something on Facebook. I'm going to assume every single person who is joining this whole thing now, at least for you guys, you have like zero idea. You don't know how to do anything. Okay, right. So this is a lot of work on my end, but the reason why I want to do this is because I don't want you guys to be left behind. I told you this thing already. I told you guys when you guys came in here. The reason why I'm doing this is not because of anything, but because of the fact that I want you guys to succeed, so that down the line, you guys can pack more money and come and invest in my company. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, literally, but that's the entire essence. That's my freaking selfish reason. I've had mentees who currently making lots of money, and now they come in to my real estate company. The other day, one of them came and invested some of over 2 million naira in one of our Airbnb projects, right? And that was like super cool. Like it felt nice seeing someone I helped being able to shoot in that amount of money on this level, even if she was making money back. But yeah, that is where I want you guys to be in. Imagine you making $1,000 a month. Imagine you're making $2,000 a month. You're making $5,000 a month. Awesome. In a year time, you've made lots of money. You're making lots of money. You could be like, and you hear that, dude, I'm launching a project in Ikoyi, and this project is literally going to let you own a fraction of apartment A or apartment B. You're going to get capital appreciation. At the same time, you're also going to be earning rental income off our Airbnb integration, which is going to mean a couple millions of you for you in a given year in terms of money you're going to be making, right? And then you have the money to do that, because that is the thing. I want to create something in-house that I can give these offers, first of all, and build wealth from there of different spheres. I've been working in this industry for over 4 years, and I've realized that it gets to a point where there's only so much you can do. That is why now I have lots of other companies involved in other things, making money from different spheres. I want to influence you guys to that level too. I want you to make lots of money so you can join me on this level to total wealth creation. You don't create real wealth from $10,000 or $5,000. Real wealth comes on a higher level. So all of you are on that journey. So whatever it is you're doing here, I need you guys to understand that this is just the beginning stage. This is just the first stage. You will just walk in the first step. You're literally walking the first step. I want you to go from this point you are currently on and move the first step, the second step. You get your freaking client, you make lots of money, you get another client, and off you go like that. You could land a client paying you $1,000 and have that client on a retainer. I've worked for a single client for over 3 years before. One client. At the same time, I've worked for multiple other clients for a period of a couple of months, even side by side. At the same time, I've gotten projects and goals that, dude, I don't have the time to handle. What happens next? I get some Nigerian guy to just get the work done for me. And then the client sends in money, he sends in cheese. I discuss with the guy, dude, we're going to split it this way. What is your offer? The guy said, cool, let's game with it, because obviously he's not making any money. And then off he goes, he's making lots of money. Now, I get my cut, even without much work. It's an idea, it's an OT. But then again, that is all a journey. There is an end goal. I want you guys to see this thing and see it work. A couple of you already on this challenge have gotten their first $1,000. Literally. Some of them are here on the call. They can hear me speak. I don't know, there's a thing with Nigerians are not being willing to share their stuff in public. They feel like village people or something is going to limit their progress. I don't care about the environment you grew up in, but most times this actually influences this kind of thinking. It might be true for some people, but I don't really fall into that school of thought personally, because I believe in something which is really higher. And the way I operate, the way I work, I'm a firm believer of building in public, because your people are going to find you. And when they find you, they are going to guide with you on that level. I mean, think about our politicians and every freaking thing. They make lots of money, they steal lots of money, they do whatever. People see that these people are doing the same thing, and the same village people are not going to fight them and hold them. So why is it that you are just getting this stuff done now, that village people want to go and fight and hold? So I believe in you sharing your wins. You're making wins already. It doesn't hurt to share with your colleagues, but it's on the group chat and stuff, or instead of just sending it to me. I feel like it's going to inspire someone out there. It's going to motivate someone. But if you still feel not so comfortable sharing, it's okay. You can still just keep sharing it to me, and I'm going to respect your desires. That's fine. But kudos to the other guy who shared with us on Monday. It was actually very, very hard for me to hear, hard for me to see. So this is what's going to happen. I've told you guys already. I have those videos recorded. I'm making every freaking thing. I'm giving you guys more videos, and every freaking thing is going to be video filled. No matter how short, no matter how long, areas that you can optimize now, it's going to be action based. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. And at the same time, we're going to be having calls with you people just the way I'm doing right now to give you some form of fire, to give you some form of push, to give you some form of inspiration. Two sisters are coming to the house, so they just open the door, generator is on. Hold on, let me tell them to close the door real fast, alright? Alright, sorry about that. They're gonna pass soon still. So at this point, while I've given oh no. Sorry about that. They're gonna pass real soon. So at this point, I've given you guys some insights into some more stuff that will be coming in that I'm gonna be building for you people in terms of to sharpen your game, make it even better. But one thing I need you guys to do is take advantage of the access that you have. Not everybody has this. Literally, when I see you guys message, I tend to give it priority. I have over 500 messages, new ones, on my phone from people. This is not group chat, these are chats. Take advantage of the access you have. There's Jessil. Jessil has been able to get lots of progress and lots of results with the same thing. There is also Jamie who works hand in hand with me. Take advantage of the access you have. Take advantage of the community field. Share your stories, share your challenges. See, when I was in school here, in university, I was a very, very bright student. I was very good. I graduated top of my class actually. At the same time I was a class rep. But funny enough, this was a crazy shit. I'm the kind of person that I don't really come out or open up when I have issues. I have this feeling that I want to figure it out by myself. That was literally where I was. But in insight, I could have been better. I could have been better if only I learned to open up. This didn't start now, or it didn't start at that time. It started back when I was in secondary school. I noticed it. I was struggling then with physics and chemistry because I had a very, very trashy teacher. And then the time came when they hired a new teacher, which was someone that I knew from childhood. And it was expected that I was going to reach out to the guy for help because I was failing and bunking all my courses and exams. I didn't reach out still. And this guy it got so bad, he had to call me personally, like Akpos. That was what they called me when I was younger. My name, I'm from Delta, is Akpomomo, so abbreviated form is Akpos, yeah? So we're like, Akpos, like, what's the problem? Like, why are you not reaching out? I mean, I expected that you're going to come in for help. I'm here for you. You don't have to pay me a freaking penny. Reach out. I still did not reach out after that. It's nasty. It's funny, I know. But after secondary school, after the university, with the whole thing I'm doing currently online and every freaking thing, I got to meet my mentor, Wadru Abraham, somewhere along the line, and I know the amount of shift, the amount of push, the amount of growth I've been able to gain as a function of that interaction. Now, this is not to blow trumpet and stuff. I've been very, very successful at a very, very young age. And this is not even, I'm not a coach. I said this thing even when I started out with you guys. I'm not exactly a coach. Victory calls me a coach, a freelance coach, but I'm not exactly a coach. I'm just someone that knows the process that works. Now, this process is working, and I'm willing to share my stuff with you guys too, and build my tribe. People that will make lots of money and come join me on some bigger game in the future. That is me. I share my process. I travel a lot, and I have people that travel with me. That is how I live my life. So I'm not exactly a coach, but then connecting with Wadru Abraham at a point, I knew the kind of energy that I have. Wadru Abraham have done over $100,000 in a month before. And I mean, when I've been with him when he's closing deals of over $45,000, the other day was the $57,000 project. Seeing all of these things, it gets my head on a new plane. I was telling you guys, was it you guys or was it my personal mentees I was talking to? When I was telling them about how I closed a deal, I was closing a deal of over 100 million naira with one politician guy in Port Harcourt. We were eating a fang soup together. Like, we got so vibing and every freaking thing, and we're like, I was so chill with the shop, with the gist, and he was even calling me his younger brother. After that point, it took me to go and meet some of his other folks. Who am I? I'm just a nobody. I'm not the son of somebody influential. I'm not even from the state. But I was able to join Pidudu Circle. I can still be cool to command respect, appreciation, And love, not exactly love, but I have people bigger who see me and they see fire and they're holding me joint body because they know that there's something this guy has that they want to collect or that they want to vibe with. I launched a short-lived business, service and business coming to Port Harcourt in less than 2 months. Right? And the crazy shit is I did all of this freaking thing without spending a penny of my money. Between that time to now, what we have is the multi-million naira business operating in Nigeria, and now we're freaking scaling to the point where we're looking to purchasing some high-rise apartments, high-rise buildings, high-rise properties in most of the top states in Nigeria. From 2026, we're expanding to places like Rwanda and Kenya. Actually, from late 2025. All of this is in the space of how many years? From a struggling guy who was trying to edit videos, who was trying to make his way with copywriting, so the point where I started working with a client who was paying me like $100 a week, and was like, so I'm awesome. And then when I saw my paycheck coming, I didn't believe it until it dropped in my account. To the point where I made my first $1 million, and I was like, okay, this is a lot of money. To the point where I started making far more money than I was like, I was no longer shacked or freaked by the whole thing. To the point where I'm closing over $100 million deal, over half franc soup. To the point where I've turned down deals of the same magnitude just because I feel like it didn't align with our business methodology. This is what comes with energy that you tap. I got to this level not because I did not reach out, not because I tried to figure things out by myself, but because I had people around me and I learned to appreciate the power that comes by reaching out and tapping energy. That is what you guys have. Literally. So when I say, guys, you have to do this whole stuff because I want to do it and I want to fail early if you must fail. It's normal, it's natural. You might mess up along the line. Most of you don't do it before and now they are winging it. The guy I told you that closed $1,500, he don't send mess up money before, and I laughed at him. I was laughing. I was like, guys, say, boss, you're laughing at me. Yes, I said, I'm laughing at you. And I was like, you know what? This new person that you have, this is it. Drop this comment. He says, I even carried my phone and I edited it for him because I've seen how much they have suffered. And off it went like that. See, this is the energy for you to tap. If you feel like, whatever it is, maybe you are like me, the real me, the deep me that I had to suppress and learn to tap. My mentor now, I was on a call with him the other day. It was not a call. We were texting on WhatsApp. Watch Abraham. He stays in the US now. He doesn't live in Nigeria anymore since 2019. We're talking, we're gisting and stuff. And then he was telling me about this guy that he helped facilitate there's this thing they call it in banking terms, over 100 million naira something. I think it's even more than. This guy is a big time e-commerce guy in Nigeria. Like this guy confidently makes over 100 million naira per month. He stays in Ibadan. He deals on supplements. That's what he deals on. And so I recently partnered with I bought a stake into a supplement brand launching in Nigeria, and I kind of like have the current highest shareholder in that business. So we're just talking the whole thing, and they were like, you know what, I'm going to hook you up with this guy, and probably it's going to be open to navigating stuff with you. I was like, awesome. It didn't need to. It wouldn't have needed to if I had not been always in his face tapping current and every freaking thing. And now what happens is that it connects me that connection, and voila, and off it goes. I've had this guy just because of the same thing, I've hooked up with a job in the US too. What does he do? Is literally what does this guy do? It's like he's a back-end engineer. Software people will understand what I mean by that. And this guy was like, when I just shared something, I was like, dude, I can fucking get this shit done. I was like, okay, fine, just send me your CV, and they did, and I forwarded it. The same day they reached out to him, they had an interview the next day based on recommendation. Let me recommend you. Relax. This guy got the job. Unfortunately, he lost the job. He was fired. Not because the company didn't want him. They wanted him, but this is the thing. He wasn't competent enough. So I tell all my people, you guys now are some form of mentees to me, in a way. Literally. I tell all my people, all my mentees, all my people, see, there's no changing competence. There's no changing competence. No knowledge is freaking wasted. You guys need to actively be there. If you want to be the kind of dude, the kind of freelancer always making over $1,000 in a month, you have to first of all become the kind of person who can pull that weight. And it comes on many levels. In terms of the value you provide, the kind of person you are, your values, your ethos, the way you work, your work ethic, the way you show up, your consistency, and stuff like that. I was having a call with my private mentees again yesterday, and there was something I tried to sink in their head. And I told them that let me look for the right word. I think one of them is here. Let me look for the right word because he kept sending it to my DM. What was the exact word I was telling them? Dare yourself to greatness. That was it. Dare yourself to greatness. I don't care whatever it is you've been. Thank you, Chara. Dare to greatness. I don't care whatever it is you've been. I've been there too. I've been that person. I've been the shy dude that holds back. That see, you know what? I used to want to carry myself, they can't jump for help. I would try to. Why are you leaning down? They are seeing you still. You could just walk and pass. My sister is funny. They can see you too. Look at her. Only that one is passing. Look at her. They went to get ice cream and now they're moving up and down in my house. I'll chase them out soon. But yeah. Dare yourself to greatness. You can be whatever it is you've been. It's okay. You are here now. Tap this freaking thing. I'm a science guy. Energy cannot be created, but can be converted from one form to another. You cannot create energy by yourself from the pain. You have to collect it. You have to transfer it from somewhere. That's why I tell all my private mentees that, see, guy, you cannot be my mentee and you cannot be eating the freaking gym. As a man, especially, I don't care if you're a lady. As a man, you have to hit the freaking gym. There's something that it does to you. It does to your mind. It puts you to face your deepest constrictions inside your head. Because when you are trying to pull from one way to another and then you are at that breaking point and your coach is telling you that, dude, just one more rep. Even if you don't have a coach, this is you in face of the whole thing. Your arms are freaking shaky. You don't know how to push the next guy. But then it gets to a point where you just feel some form of dopamine and you feel like you're freaking tired and you're able to push the stuff. You push it, you collapse. You breathe in hard as if you want to die. At the end of that day, you have this freaking thing in your head that, dude, I complete my damn fucking rep. It does something to your mind. Every single day I'm eating the gym. I told you guys, if you are seeing my studies, I'm opening the gym real soon in February in Port Harcourt. That is me. I monetize all my hobbies, all of them. If I like something, I'm monetizing that stuff ASAP. I like art. If you come to my house, you see lots of artwork. The other day I ordered for some new art pieces, and the other time I started on my computer and I designed a full artwork and I sent to it a guy to frame the whole thing and print them out on canvas. And now I have some people who saw the stuff I like, and now they're sending me a message they want me to do the same thing for them. It's easy. I will just do it, and I monetize the whole freaking shit. Put yourself in that position. It does something to you. When I go to the gym every freaking time, this is what happens. I'm going to tell you. I have my exact sets and reps. For each this thing I'm doing that day, like today I had back and triceps, yeah? Triceps, yeah? Now, I always do three sets, 12 reps. I must finish it. I know they do say I don't do two, say I won't die. I lie. I will rest and I will finish it. This is the thing I tell people. Life is all about momentum. Life is all about momentum. You have to build that freaking momentum. If you dull, if you slack on point A or you slack on this guy, what are the odds that you're going to push through on this other guy? Everything is connected. The universe is connected. That's why when you wake up one day and you tell yourself that, see, guy, I want to wear Toyota Spider 2013 edition, I promise you start seeing it everywhere. It's the connection. It vibes. There's a love for these things. Everything is related. If you slack on this guy, you are becoming the person who does not follow through on his words and his actions that he says he wants to do. That's why I told you guys, see, you are doing this stuff. This is the thing. I've given you everything you need to succeed. But now, I want to give you guys access. I want to give you push. Go through this thing, individual tasks every freaking day. You have an issue. Reach out. Do not hold back. I know the urge to hold back is there. I know that life could possibly happen. I know you can get distracted. You fail one day, you break your freaking routine one day. Do not stop there. Jump down the next day. One thing I tell people, have some form of calendar. Draft it out. There's your day 1 down to day 30. And now for you, you have your routine. It could be an hour a day. Perfect. You get that hour done, you tick it. You get the second day done, you tick it. You are seeing it. So the day that you get your desire so freaking tired and you have it somewhere that you can always see, you see that you don't want to break your streak. You don't want to break your streak. And then whenever you feel that the urge and everything is dying, you see me here on a call with you, pushing you. I will cut out all the time off my schedule, all the other things I could possibly be doing, because I want you guys to win. I'm sweating so much already. My AC is not on. I mean, I should have turned it on, but I don't want to get up right now to do that. My fan is even far away. I'm here. I'm in the heat. I'm talking to you. I want you guys to win. Every freaking one of you. This is not because of anything. You don't know me from Adam. You don't know me from anywhere. I've told you my selfish reason, obviously. But this is coming from a place deep inside. When the lots of you who are already getting results, I know the way it makes my heart feel. And then when I see messages from some of us who are still lagging behind, I know the way it makes my heart feel. And that is why I told you that, you know what, I'm going to go further to create some additional stuffs now. I'm even going to create an extra training program that is entirely not like this. This challenge is going to be there. I'm going to create some extra stuff for the purpose of getting you a full-blown freelancer with value. This is going to be given to every single one of you at no extra cost. You're going to use it, and it's going to sink deep into your soul. It's going to make you the full embodiment of what I hope to achieve. But you are not going to, none of these things, even if I give you, I put my blood and I carry and I inject them into your soul, it's still not going to work. If you fail to deep within you, bring yourself into that person. It's an intentional game. You are what you consume. I tell my personal mentees, beyond the eating the gym part, there's also the section on, see guy, you have to freaking read. I tell them, this is you guys for free. Just yesterday, I gave them 3 books that let's tell them that, see, make sure you read this stuff. This is not related to whatever it is we're doing, but it is for their minds and for their brain and for the way they think. One of them was the richest man in Babylon. The second one, I keep forgetting the name. It's on my phone. I have this stuff. I have a library in my house here. Let me quickly load the other one up. The other book, there are 3 books. Come on. Where's my library? The second book is Pitch Anything. Thank you, Chara. Pitch Anything. Now, see, I don't care if you're a freelancer. If you read this book, Pitch Anything, there is no negotiation, this conversation that you will not come out on top. Whether you are a freelancer, whether you are anything, whether you are a businessman closing deals for a living, whether what you do is working with customers who are coming to buy your poultry and your birds there. And then the final one is How to Get Rich. It's by Felix Dennis. These 3 books are golden, freaking golden. This is, all of this has a reason. Eat the freaking gym. Get this stuff. Read, impregnates you. Before you can impregnate people's mind, you have to have something inside your head. You have to have an energy to give. These people have to feel something. They have to feel something. Let me talk something nasty and something crazy. It's very, very difficult for a guy who is addicted to porn, masturbation and stuff to amount to anything of massive significance. Even if it appears that the guy is succeeding, it's at a detriment of something that could have even been better. That is because when you engage on stuff like that, there's a part of your energy that you are giving away. You go in and you see people on YouTube and stuff talk about semen retention. I mean, I don't dig deep on those things here, but there's always an element of truth in this kind of thing. As a man, as a woman, as whatever you have to protect your life force. Protect you. That's why I don't even engage with people that try to drain my energy unnecessarily. People who are tyrants, people who just show irregular tantrums. That's why I can't date any woman. That's why I can't keep just any friends. That's why I can't have some certain kind of conversation with some certain kind of people, because I don't want them to drain that energy that I have by their doubts, by their lack of vision, by their inability to see. That is why I don't take just any investor's money. I have this few group of friends here. We flex together, we vibe together, we go clubbing together, we travel together. But you see, when it comes to business here, we do business together. I used to be this dude that's very, very chill people here, and I used to have some certain group of friends that we party together. But when I suggest let's discuss or let's do something more practical together, you see them nowhere. Or they'll say, they are always thinking of objections first. I call them all off. All off. I didn't care what the thing we had. I called them all off. They were draining me. I called them all off. Because now a few of them were like Yahoo boys, this, some of them were now doing this, doing that. That's what I didn't want to be there. And that is why you when I told you about that politician guy I mentioned here, that guy is not active again. He's now operating on a business level. He's also a business practitioner. Like, he works with one of the top food brands in Nigeria as one of their top managers. I'm not mentioning his name. not the name of his company still. How did I get to meet him? It was from this other friend I had. This friend I'm telling you is somebody in his late 40s, early 50s. I'm a freaking young guy in his late 20s. I'm 27. Don't mind my bololo head and my small baby I have. I'm 27. My mentor is in his late 40s, early 50s too. I relate with him still. Now it's making a connection to me with the other real estate guy doing over $100 in a month. Million naira in a month. I have a real estate company. That's the reason for that access now. Now, the other dude I told you who is my friend now connected me with this other guy. And just before I traveled, the week before I traveled, we met again and I was telling him that just today, get some business game where we say they're on board now. He said, we'll have to sit and talk. This sitting and talk is not in a very, very formal setting. We'll go and be drinking beer and be sitting and talking. And the deals will come true. This same guy has connected me with some other guy who told me that, see, they have some properties in GRA that they've been trying to launch my same kind of model, but it's not working for them. They want to transfer ownership over to me. And we'll do a profit sharing partnership deal. The same person. Energy. I shared something just today on my WhatsApp status. I don't know if you guys have my number. Every single one of you should have my number saved. I should have your number saved too. Let me read it out just for the purpose of those who probably don't. This is by Carl Jung. You guys probably know him. It's from a book was written in the 1951 down to 1961. It was an edition, volume 2 of his stuff, his laters. I'm going to read a section. I posted it today. It says, Taurus, an older chemist gave the following consolation to one of his disciples. No matter how isolated you are and how lonely you feel, if you do your work truly and conscientiously, unknown friends will come and seek you. It's just like the law of attraction. I don't believe it in the context that people preach it. The context I believe it is like attracts like. You want something deeply enough, follow that freaking shit. Your people will find you. They will find you. You just do your thing. They will find you. If you decide this moment, say, see, I'm going to create my damn freaking routine of this game, and I'm going to stick with it, come grind, come chain, come on my grind, you're going to get a spark that will initiate a flow of things to come. It took me one decision to send one proposal to somebody, and that one proposal opened a chain to more clients that came my way, over tens of thousands of dollars in the back through one proposal I sent. I almost didn't send that proposal. I almost didn't send it. It could be anything. It could be as a result of this stuff you're doing. You're hitting the freaking gym. You're actively reading. You're actively freaking maintaining your consistent routine day by day. You're doing your stuff. You will get in contact with one person. The person might not even be your paying customer or your paying client. It could make one referral for you. That's exactly what happened to this dude that came on and told us about how he's closing a $1,500 game just on Monday here. It's not magic. It's energy. It's life. It's life. I used to think that humans have as standalone, they are very, very different entities. But I got to see that we are very, very alike in many ways. There are some of the things I think about inside my mind and I don't exactly share. And I will just stumble upon somebody just sharing the same kind of naughty, ridiculous thinking. It's not naughty in a bad way, but it's actually very, very funny and ridiculous. And I'll be like, guys, I think this kind of thing too sometimes. So, what has happened to you too? The same reason why maybe you might wake up one day and you have a very, very amazing idea that you think will make you a lot of money. You procrastinate on taking action. Give yourself time, few months, few years down the line, you will see on that person will produce that same thing, will launch that same stuff, and it will become successful. And you tell us, see, guy, fucking hell, I had the same idea 10 years ago. I didn't take any freaking action with it. Humans are alike in the same way. The energy is universal. Some people are able to tap into it more than others. Some people are able to get themselves absorbed in it more than others. And what happens is that life rewards them by giving them people that will make that journey smoother down the line. Again, science students, when I talk about momentum, in physics, was it physics or chemistry? They were teaching something chemical reaction at the time. You bring in substance A, you bring in substance B. You merge them together, apply the right condition, and before you know, a new product is formed. What happens? For any reaction to occur, there is usually something like a barrier. That's why the right mixture has to be there. And once that barrier is crossed, maybe by boiling or whatever thing, just like when they make eba, you carry garri, you carry hot water bar. If the water is not hot enough, the garri might not form well. But when everything is done, it has crossed that barrier, the thing is just going to proceed naturally. In the beginning stages to any issue or any journey, there is always a barrier to be crossed. You need momentum to go above that activator energy. Motor when not start, battery they fail, you say, okay, see, push the motor for me. There is a point when they start pushing that motor, you are driver then start that city trying to navigate the thing. It reach one point when we say it will be hard to push, you're trying to push it's difficult, but you use your full power. At some point it gets easier. As you are running, it gets to a point where the motor goes and then it picks up and it starts moving. Momentum. This is us now here. This is your motor. It's having battery done weak. We want that motor to start, whether village people are after you, whether your battery is weak or not. I don't freaking care. Whether you have never related on this level before, I don't freaking care. You shouldn't care either. There's only one thing you have in your head. Is there a possibility I can figure this shit out and win with this stuff? The answer is yes. That is the only thing that matters from this point. That is the only thing that matters. Two possible results. You fix it or you don't. And if you don't fix it, it's on you. Because you know you've accepted the fact that, see, there's a chance that this is going to work for you. So you have to get that shit done. That's the only thing that matters. Now, we are pushing that motor that is not starting. In the beginning stage, it's going to be difficult. But then imagine you are not keying in on the process. You're not pulling your own weight. We push, nothing goes show. But yeah, pulling your own weight, the direction is in action. If they mash them, they go. If they push them, they go. What happens is, it goes to the point where you're going to go, you meet that one click that will click everything and it goes to proceed in the chain for you. Give yourself a few months down the line and you'll be astounded by how much progress and growth you've made. And that is only going to be possible by the true rebranding of your soul, spirit, and form right from deep within. Days like this day when we say I could just stay in the spirit and I could just talk. I don't want this to be long too much. This is just something for you to think about. As I'm waking up tomorrow, God's helping me, keeping me alive. I'm going to sit down on this computer. I'm going to say a prayer and I'm going to start recording for you guys. Every freaking thing. I'll record, I will get hungry, I'll get up, I'll go and eat, and I'll come back and I'll sit down and you see that I'm going to wear just one shirt. To tell you that I'm not even delaying, I'm going to wear just one shirt, I'm going to record every freaking thing. If I'm going to sit down there and record every freaking thing, you have no excuse than to sit up and get down on this shit and get your grind in motion. No excuse. Yes, 7 minutes, the call is going to end real soon. I've not started my subscription for Google Workspace, that's why. I'm kickstarting One Mode too. You guys some of you joined One Mode already. I'm kickstarting it too. This is a no going back. I have my own personal game. I told you guys I was taking a course the other time. I have my own game that I'm kickstarting for the month of December. And that game I'm kickstarting on the month of December, I get it solidly done. It's going to meet me an extra minimum of $10,000 starting 2025 per month. I have my reason for doing that shit. An extra 10,000 balls, that's an extra 70 million naira. I don't have use for that money. I can send that money to my parents and they'll be freaking excited. But I have use for the money, obviously. I have a company I'm building, man. That's an extra. So I have reason to put my freaking head down and figure that shit out. Guys. Woo, I'm sweating so much. Let's bond. Let's get this thing going. I'm going to leave you platform for you guys. You're going to get the full access. I'm breaking it down into that stuff. I'll let you have the access. And I'm going to get you guys to fire down. No excuses. Don't freaking procrastinate no more. I'm giving you no excuses. Zero. No freaking excuses, man. None. I'll be sending the recording for the call to those who have missed out so they can go and watch it and get fired down. This is it for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Some of you had network issues. They've been sending me messages on WhatsApp. It's been amazing sharing the journey with you guys. And we are going to win. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll start sending you updates tomorrow and we'll flow from there. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you soon.